All right, now to wrap things up in style, we have in the studio beautiful. Oh, she is beautiful. Now, when we use the word beautiful, this person is really beautiful, and she's also talented. We have Anee Icha. She's a Nigerian actress, a writer, a producer, known for her compelling screen presence and versatile performance. Now, Anee rose to prominence for her role as Amar in the fan favorite series Before and After 30. You know, we really love that one. We're happy to have you in the studio. How you doing?
I'm great. Good to have you here.
When I say, how are you doing? Don't say I'm great. I can tell that you are great.
Oh, what should I tell you?
Look at me.
Fantastic.
Just say, look at me.
Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again.
How are you doing?
I mean,
I see. Super happy to have you in the studio.
Thank you.
It's Wake Up Nigeria. How you doing this morning?
I am awake.
Yes, you
That's
are
for
awake.
certain. I'm glad to be here. This is my first time in the studio.
Ah,
yes,
lovely.
and it's a beautiful space, I should say.
Yes,
Very
I was
beautiful
reading through your profile, and like I said, I saw that you studied theater arts, performing arts.
Yeah, my first degree.
And your first degree, yes. And I'm super excited whenever I see thespians, come to the studio, or I see them on screen. I'm always excited because it's huge. It plays a lot in your career. Yes.
Do you have any? Did you resonate with that in any way?
Yes, of course.
How?
I mean, acting in school, and then
okay.
when you're probably done with acting in school, you probably, get into series or do some stage
So you
acting,
acted in
Lagos
school?
Theatre Festival. Of course, now. I can give you some.
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
You want to put me on the
Yeah.
spot? No, we're putting you.
Improvise.
Okay, you want something?
Yeah, blow me away.
Give me something. Just give me a scenario. Give me and I'll show you something right now. Right
There's
here, right
a fire in the building.
now. There's the blaze. No, you don't use fire. Don't give us.
Don't
give
bother
us.
us.
We don't like that fire in the building. We've experienced that before.
This is how if I didn't know you were Nigerian, I know it today.
We can't use fire in the building. Nobody can jump from. This is Nigeria now. We'll probably just write it on the screen. And Edgar jumped out from the building, and we can't show it. We can't show
A
it.
few hours later.
All right, let's talk about. I mean, we've seen Before and After 30.
Yeah.
And we also have you have the YouTube series running right now.
The Wives.
The Wives. Let's talk about The Wives.
Okay.
The Wives is quite an interesting series, but what drew you to The Wives?
So I'm very particular about the stories that I do. I'm grateful that I'm in a position where I can choose. And that privilege isn't lost on me. So I take it seriously. The story of The Wives was very compelling in that I could see many people that I personally know in many of the characters, the female characters. I was talking with someone just before I got on set, and I told her, I said, there are men like Harrison walking all over Nigeria, especially Nigeria, because I think it's something in our nurturing, in our training, where, I'm going to say something controversial, but it feels like there's a bit of narcissism breeded into the men of our society, and a forced subservience into the females. And so you have a lot of men who are not aware that they've got some internal issues that they need to deal with, and because they don't know that, they take it out on the women that they're with, which is a longer, bigger conversation. If you get me started, I'm just going to keep going. So yeah, the characters were real. They were real. It wasn't make-believe in the sense that we do when we're acting. They were real people that you see and meet every day in your life. So yeah.
All right.
Amazing. So tell us about your character.
Moni, I think Moni is really layered, and Moni is one of those people who's difficult to like, but also you can empathize with why she's difficult to like. I'll say this much. Annie, it's difficult. Sometimes, not all the time. When a woman is opinionated, when she's intelligent, when she's strong, what we call strong, it's not necessarily easy to swallow. I think women are much preferred to be sort of silent, just be pretty, but if you're assertive the way a man is, and I'm not a feminist, by the way, but if you're assertive in certain areas, it can come across as abrasive. And so I think Moni is one of those characters. She's someone who seems to know who she is. She knows what she wants. She's done well for herself in terms of her finances and all of that. But at the same time, with all of that working, this is someone who has a lot of emotional issues. She's insecure. She's longing for the validation of her husband. And so my character is very dual or multi-layered, and sometimes on the extreme ends of the spectrum. So sometimes you like her, and sometimes you're like, God.
I'm just wondering how much of you we have in that character. The reason is because, I mean, I'm just looking at you right now, and when you speak, I can feel all the emotions, and I'm like, okay, do you have a lot of you in that character, or do you just read your script and then you take away who you really are and just put on the character?
I have to take away who I really am. So,
so tell us the difference between Money, the character, and Annie, the person.
You people want to like burn my street cred.
No, tell us. We're family, so whatever happens, it's a safe space.
Yeah, we're here for you.
Yeah, it just stays here.
The people who know me,
okay.
Gosh, I'm a pretty chill, introverted person.
Okay.
I connect deeply with people on a one-on-one basis. I'm not particularly great in crowds and things like that. But at the same time, I was raised, thankfully, to have a brain and use it, and not be ashamed to do that. So where it might seem that I can be, a bit passionate, that's really what it is. As introverted as I am, I'm also pretty passionate.
Okay.
And I was able to bring that passion to Moni. I think those are the places that we sort of intertwine. I couldn't relate to a lot of her struggles because I just haven't had that life experience. But like I said, I've seen Moni. I've met her, I've talked to her. She's some of my aunties, she's some of my friends' mothers and things like that. So it was easy to play her realistically because I've met her before.
But are you married? Because you're playing the character of a wife.
Yeah.
But are you married?
No, I'm not.
So how okay. So like you just said, you've seen this person, and then you probably had like conversations with people that are like that.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering here, because if you ask me to probably play the role of a husband, I am sure that maybe, I'll probably go and ask my father some questions. But again, I mean, I also want to just know, how does this affect you psychologically when you're done with the play? How do you get yourself out of that character?
So, I'd like to think that I approach my work, it's a job.
Okay.
And I say this to people as often as I get the chance to, in terms of celebrity culture, and I'm just going to add that in before I answer the main question. I do not think that there is anything particularly other or special about what we do. It's a job. A doctor goes to the hospital, treats people, lawyer does, adjudicates and whatever. You go and you bring people's lives to the screen for other people to witness. So it's a job. And I make sure that I remember that I'm a regular human being doing a job that is public facing, and that's the only thing. It's not particularly bigger or higher or anything like that. So if I approach it like that, then it's not about Annie. Okay. It's that I'm hired to do a job. And it would be the same thing when you ask, like, I know there's a bit of nuance to it, but if you ask a doctor, are you a doctor or a person? He's a person who heals people. I'm a person who brings other people's lives in front of the camera. So when I'm doing the job, I'm not Annie in front of the screen. Once I'm done doing the job, I am Annie, because I must be. Otherwise, who am I if I'm just a bunch of all the things that the people I've played? Does that make sense? Yeah, so I think it is important to be able to separate your identity from the work you do, because when you do not have work to do, if that is your identity, then your identity is gone once you don't have work.
When you started the conversation, there was something interesting that you said. And you said, I am grateful that I have the opportunity now to choose. What that means to me, but you can correct me, is you've had opportunities with different roles, with different scripts, and you've said no to some of them. You're not hungry, so you're not like anyone that comes, When you say thank God, it means that you probably struggled a while, like, oh God, now I can choose. All right, but I want to know, tell me some of the scripts that you have had in the past that you have rejected. Tell me stories or things that you see in scripts that you're like, nah, Annie would not do this. Just give me about 5 of them, 5 scenarios that you cannot do, that we'll never see you do on screen, based on things that have come in the past or things that could probably come in the future.
Do you know what? If I can answer this question this way, because it's not necessarily about the character that you're asking me to play. It's about the people asking me to play it. So there's this never-ending debate about nudity on screen. And is it tasteful nudity, or is it not, or should you be naked, and blah, blah, blah. And you have some people who are willing to do some form of nudity with certain directors and certain production crew. Why? Because of how they understand their role, what they're supposed to do, and the fact that they understand this is a job as well. So it's not a one-size-fits-all. You've got to be discerning and choose according to what your own principles are. So it wouldn't necessarily be a character I wouldn't play. I would play any character, but I wouldn't play any character for any director. Because I need to know that the person understands what I'm doing. Otherwise, it's like pouring water in a basket.
So you're saying it's about the director? It's
about the entire outfit. Everybody on set. I remember a couple of years ago, I did this television series, and there was a character. I wasn't playing her, but a friend of mine. She became my friend on set. She was playing it, and she had to, take her clothes off, and she was so nervous the day before, and she didn't want to do it, and I could understand.
Yeah.
As I'm talking to you here, I've never done it.
All right.
And so we had to sort of coach her and coax her and talk her through it. And at the end of the day, she did do it. But I'll say this, she wasn't happy she did it because of how the crew reacted when she was bare. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
This is not the sort of thing where it's about the character, but it's about everybody in the team understanding why they are there and acting accordingly.
All right. Just for those that are watching at home right now, I am sure people are saying, how can we get to What the Wives? How do we What the Wives?
Yeah.
How can they see the wives?
You can go to the Tube. It's right there on YouTube. Check out Elevation Church's page. I think you can find it on Elevation TV. Every episode is uploaded. Episodes are uploaded every Saturday, and by now I think we've got about 7 or 8 episodes up. So if you haven't started, it's a good time to binge. And for those who have already watched it, thank you. There's a lot of feedback. And I'm really grateful for all of it.
All right, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We always have something special for our final guest.
Oh, what is it?
Is
it a gift?
It's food.
It's food?
It's food. Breakfast. It's food. All right, let's just head over to the kitchen and join Zainab and Chef Gold and find out what we have. And I hope you like it. If you don't like it, just tell me. If you don't like it, it's Zainab that affected
it's not
the chef.
you. It's not
the chef.
Okay.
It's not the chef. It's Zainab's fault.
No problem.
All right, now let's go to the kitchen.
All right.